Hi everyone, this is Lindsay from Note to Self. Today I'm going to be making a card for the Altenew video challenge, and I'm using their wood grain background as well as their vintage flowers stamp set. And I brought in some three shades of yellow ink. This is dye ink, and I'm just going to create a kind of a gradient wood palette look for the back of my card. I don't want the whole thing inked up, so I'm just selectively inking up from dark to light. There I just used Pumpkin Pie from Hero Arts, and this one is the latest from W+9, or no, Simon Says Stamp, I'm sorry. And now I'm just dabbing off with my chamois that I clean my stamps with. I'm just wiping that off to kind of get a splotchy fade out look. I'm going to add my card base straight to that stamp. And I don't know why I didn't grab a piece of paper. I ended up getting ink on the back of the card, but I guess that just makes it more homemade, right? And I get, you know, a great look on there without ink on the side, just the way I wanted it. So I'm using my Misty tool to stamp these 3-step, some 4-step flowers. And I've picked two of the flowers, and I'm just inking it up in, I believe this is Little Piggy from W+9. I chose all W+9 inks for this because I knew that they would go together fairly well and create the depth I was looking for. Next, I believe this is Cranberry Crush, or not. I think it is. I'll have the products in the description below. But I'm adding my next layer. And then finally, the last layer is, I think this one is Cranberry Crush. Again, I'll list them below. But my darkest. And I'm just going to ink that up really good and stamp that in place. And the Misty makes it so easy to line up these images. Sometimes I still get them askew, but it's probably a lot better than I would do if I just used my acrylic block looking down over it. So next I'm just bringing in the other large image. Again, following the same pattern I'd used, the light, medium color, and the dark color. And like I said, I love my Misty because if I don't get it inked up all the way, I can just re-ink it and stamp it again, and it will be lined up in the exact same spot. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to stamp out 3 of the little tiny flowers, and I'm not going to show you much of that. It's the exact same process. I bring in the light color and medium and the dark. Here I'm using a mixture of Hero Arts and W+9 ink in, oh, I love this color combination. Mint Julep, Tide Pool, and then this is their darkest teal color. I'll list it below. And I just used those for my leaves. Once I have all of those stamped out, I'm going to cut all of them out. I do not have the dies, and after cutting all these out, believe that I need to invest in them because it took me forever. So I'm just cutting out one leaf, and here I skipped ahead and did them all. And once I had them all cut out, I'm going to arrange them onto my card here. And I know that I want them at different levels, and I want to make sure that before I adhere them down that I have them in a place that I like. So I'm going to add my sentiment, and this is from their Sentiments and Quotes set, I believe. And I'm just going to lay that on my card base to see where I want it, and then pick it up with my acrylic black. And I had started to pick a black ink and realized it didn't go with, it was so stark against the white and my wood palette background. So I picked Walnut Stain Distress ink. Now Distress ink is usually not very good to stamp crisp sentiments in, but I found that Walnut Stain, the dark Distress inks, usually stamp a pretty good sentiment. And I love this deep dark brown. So once I've got the sentiment all stamped, I'm now adhering my leaves and flowers. I'm going to adhere the leaves flat against the card base with regular adhesive, and then I'm going to take foam and stagger the large flowers. I used one piece for the one flower, and then I'm doubling up on the second. And then I'll just use little tiny pieces for those small flowers. Once I'm done with that, I just want to accent the card with some rhinestones. So I'm just laying out or picking out small, medium, large rhinestones, as well as placing them in the center of the flower. And really that just finishes up the card. I hope that you enjoyed. Have a great day.